News 4 is your local election headquarters, and the race for the city of Buffalo mayor has a new face, and it's on the Republican side.
We're joined by James Gardner, who was first or just endorsed last night by county and city Republicans. James, thank you so much for joining us. I guess the first question I have is, this is a large deficit here in the city of Buffalo, especially. The last time we had a Republican mayor was the 60s. The last time one was endorsed and won from the Republican Party was Jimmy Griffin in the 70s. How do you expect to overcome that?
Well, thank you both very much for having me. There's no doubt that on paper, this is a daunting challenge. But ultimately, what I have heard from the city residents, neighborhoods that I've gone to, is that people are frankly fed up. They're fed up with the condition of the roads. They're fed up with the idea that they, as the taxpayers, are going to have to bail out politicians again and again and again for the foreseeable future for fiscal mismanagement. And there's really a desire for something new, something different. And I could not be more honored to be the standard bearer for that alternative vision and to offer the voters of the city of Buffalo, who've long been taken for granted, a real true choice this November.
Voters all across Erie County are familiar with your name. Of course, James, you ran against DA Michael Cain in November, lost that race. How do you make that pivot that recent or that soon from a DA race to now a city of Buffalo race?
It's one of the reasons why I feel very comfortable with this race is that a lot of the issues are the same. People in the city desperately want safe streets. They want to know that their kids can go to school safely. They need to know and should be assured that their neighborhoods are safe and that government is responsive to their needs. Quality of life issues, whether it's on the city side, is very closely aligned to how things were for the district attorney's race. You have to be responsive to the constituents, and you have to really, at the essence of it, it comes down to public safety and people being comfortable in their neighborhoods. And we want to make this. The city's got some momentum. We want to continue that, and the best way to continue that is to make sure that the city services are great, and schools are safe, and neighborhoods are safe.
Safety is a big priority, obviously. Another huge priority, though, is the financials of the city right now. That has been a huge story for a couple of years now. How is having a law background going to help you in City Hall with the financials of the city?
Look, you don't have to be a CPA to understand that there are no more fiscal rabbits to pull out of a hat. The city is staring down a $50 million, as we sit here right now, a $15 million deficit going into next year. I expect that's going to balloon into the $50 million range. The reality is, whether you're a lawyer, a banker, or a small business owner, you realize that you can't tax your way out of this problem. There's some hard choices that have to be made in the city of Buffalo and how it's run, and I feel very confident that I have the ability and know the issues in order to make those hard choices so that we're not doing this year after year after year where we're staring down millions and millions of dollars in deficits. 2 years ago, the city budget was $70 million less than it is this year. The city budget ballooned $70 million in 2 years. That's unsustainable. We need a different direction.
So you're thinking cuts need to be made?
There's no way to tax your way out of this problem.
And the tax that you are referencing is a proposal that has been put forth by Acting Mayor Chris Scanlon of the potential for a property tax increase for Buffalo residents, something that he discussed with the legislature in Albany just a couple of weeks ago. So relative to that, how will you approach your campaign over these next weeks and months? You have to gather 2,000 signatures, right, by that period. Where should folks expect to see you? Are you going to go to the neighborhoods? Are you going to go to businesses?
Absolutely. And that is what really energizes me. And that's what, frankly, was the best part of the last campaign for me, is going out and interacting with voters, hearing from them, because there's nothing more refreshing than interacting with your neighbors. And ultimately, hearing their concerns is what informs your candidacy, and I know that I'll be a better mayor having had that conversation. So the city residents and taxpayers should expect to see me everywhere.
All right, James Gardner, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Appreciate it, James.
Thank you for having me.